There was a lady that just got her shot in the head, so, you know.
Shot in the head by who? Who? No, don't get mad. Don't get mad. Don't get mad. Don't shut him up. He told us. He's talking to us like humans. I appreciate that. Who should get shot in the head by? We're going.
I had been participating in the protest since day one. I was out on West Florissant and Canfield Drive 20 minutes after Michael Brown was shot down in the middle of the street. And I stayed out there all day and all night, you know, into the next day, just seeing how things were developing, informing people on what they could do legally in the streets, you know, just kind of being there to help counsel and comfort people in my community. I was participating in these protests over several days. And on the third day, we had done a youth rally from one of the churches down to Canfield Drive. We rallied there for about 2 hours. We got a lot of the youth out there doing something positive and speaking and using their voices instead of breaking windows and you know, things like that, using that energy in a more constructive way. I was walking back to my car when gunshots just started to ring out. I wasn't really sure where they were coming from, but I could feel the heat of the bullets flying past me. Each one, you know, it had to have been at least 6 shots, at most maybe 8. And one of those bullets somewhere in the scheme of things hit me in my head.
A Ferguson woman shot in the head last Tuesday during the early moments of what she called a peaceful Mike Brown protest. Since the shooting, the victim says she is still waiting for police to take action.
No officer ever showed up to speak with me or take a report, neither from Ferguson Police Department or St. Louis County Police Department.
Well, Sharon, the young woman graduated from Howard University in Washington, D.C. When her alma mater found out police were not taking her case seriously, they hired a lawyer to step in to help.
They should have interviewed my client. No one's interviewed my client. No one's interviewed, and I went myself into the area where the shooting occurred, and I talked to every neighbor. No one's taken a single statement from them.
I made it about a block and a half before I heard gunshots, put my hand to my head and realized that I had been shot in my forehead.
After the area was safe, a neighbor rescued her.
Some young men came over to me and picked me up off of the ground once everything, you know, calmed down as far as the noise. They carried me into a neighbor's house. This young guy had just moved into this home with his fiance.
And afterwards, there was no follow-up by either Ferguson PD or St. Louis County PD. It was a big game of phone tag for about a month. There was no police report or investigation report for a month. When one was produced, the date was false, the crime was false, the actual description of the scene was not there at all. There was no crime scene taped off. There was no collection of evidence, so the other bullets that were fired, none of those were collected, yet they were still not found at the crime scene either the next day.
And there's no mention of this in the media?
There was mention immediately after, and as the story started to, I guess, unfold for people, as these pieces started to come in, then all of a sudden there's no media mention. I walked past several news anchors who did not know who I was in this city. I haven't been informed of any active investigation. The press had to push for an investigation report to even be released by the police department. When that was released, it was 1 page. I don't know how familiar people are with attempted murder, you know, in police reports, but they tend to be longer than 1 page. The crime scene tends to be very, very, very particularly looked at. I know that there wasn't even crime tape thrown up where I was shot. So I haven't really counted on any investigation to be done. I kind of assumed that the opposite would be done. Even at the point where I was being loaded into the ambulance, I didn't know where I was being taken, which was why I took that selfie, you know, that picture that people, you know, had so many comments about, you know, well, if she was that hurt, she wouldn't have time to take a picture. Oh, you'd be amazed at what you can do when you don't know where you're going, you know, and when you're that close to death, you know, and these people that you're out here fighting against are now trying to take you somewhere. Felt like I was being kidnapped. I would have preferred to stay where I was, you know, and figure it out. Somebody come help me get this bullet out of my head, because I don't want them taking me anywhere. But luckily, I just know I had some really, really good energy and good spirits flying with me. And I also was out there with a purpose, which is where my message to the youth comes in. I knew what I was out there for, and I understood my surroundings. And I think part of me being so comfortable doing what I was doing led to me being relaxed enough to where I didn't get afraid, of death or anything else. So I was kind of untouchable. That's how I see it. Like, I just was real powerful,
See, normally, bruh, I don't do this type of shit on camera because when you rap gangsta shit, you get kids' emotions mixed up and they don't know which personality or which lifestyle you're really trying to pursue. So in the midst of me writing music, I battle with myself often, thinking, like, damn, maybe if the music I write will fuck up kids' minds, or maybe if the music I write will influence their minds in the right way. But sometimes when you get mad, you just be like, fuck it. And you start writing with your pen and you start writing gangster shit. So for me, the lifestyle that we live in, we trying to leave this gangster lifestyle, but we also fighting with trying to live this positive lifestyle, because you see in movies and you see in real life every day how when you leave this lifestyle behind, you die. Live by the gun, you die by the gun. But I never saw it true. If you live by God, you die by God, because at the end of the day, in reality, we live to die. I just spit gangster shit. I say, real nigga, you not. Fuck a 30 shot, 17 to do it. Hollows, have your body moving. This ain't no movies, niggas die and don't go to the sky. Watch what you proving, love your life and you won't lose it. It's in my hand and I'ma use it. Overheat it, then cool it. Life ain't no fucking movie, my homie died, that proved it. Fuck you, I'm shooting. Think fast, not ruthless. No matter where you at, how you want it, we can do it. I grew up off that Roman and ain't shit to cook your noodles. Run your pocket for that pack, bitch, strap and put it back. I know your homie died, low-key just acting clueless. He did it, he stupid, he don't think, he ruthless. No talking, let's do it. This where you fight with yourself, because you talk about so much violence in songs and then you change it up and then you start talking about positive stuff, bruh. It's just an ongoing argument. It's just an ongoing argument because, of course, you have them songs that you write that you're really trying to reach people. And then you have them songs that you write that just releasing stress or just releasing anger. And I don't know, so you can't really judge the lyrics because it's just another way to channel a bad emotion. So when boys and girls listen to my song, man, or men and women, or children, or whoever is listening, bro, you have to realize that it's a positive message that I want to be seen. It's not the negativity, it's not the guns, it's not the violence, it's not the drugs, it's not the money, it's not the bitches, it's not the cars, it's not the bottles, the clothes, none of that shit. I really want you to see that Black lives is irrelevant to America, and we will never receive justice, and we will never feel mentally free by this lifestyle we live in.